Anambra Bueno, Anambra Muono, Anambra Zuono, Anambra Kachano. Mr. Chairman, Ibonine, Gina Dora Nina, none. And thank you very much. Distinguished senators, members of the House of Reps, former Deputy Governor, members of the House of Reps, former and current, on 180, the former Governor of Anambra State. Former Governor of Anambra State. Bwana appoint Ife Uzwa, Neni Anyanam, August and Amam He began the road revolution in Anambra. Tata akana ekulito maka akana oge mmelo oge mbido sele as governor ejem one synod and the bishop while delivering his homily. So if we call yom asimbiko nakwa na chonde ga alo ilo ma ifa ga choba ode angige. So I just want to give this testimony. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Ndi Gweni Nebialeba Nono Ndi Anambra Nine Onye Obuna Buna Imana Anambra Mwara Jana Zatu Onye Obuna number 1. So Ebo Onye Obuna no Igwe Antun Ni Igwe no Kama Onye Jekwene Jechu Igwe Bia None. Kaina Neselefa and game our chairman. Of course, Ekusifa in for my wife, the wife of the governor of Anambra State. Otherwise, ena analwa na abatiga hapo ni loimana gaga. Nekenema. Ekene. Family and Uncle make a presentation. Okay, I'm a 1-year anniversary. I'm a presentation. This is the month of July. The last 18 months. Now, I go 18 or look on 16 guy can I'm on 18 months. Now, 16. Oh no, not even the Kunazo. Okay, cannot ever. Oh no, not near guitar. Oh no, no idea guitar. But you know, of Kamese. Obulumo no come and Janato no Anatatian and Gaman, I guess. Karapi Jebe Ikenewe Nukwafu, my sister, the distinguished Senator Ekunife, and all the others, even in like I said, Onyo and Konye Chilinyazelo. If I be a tata, that's all my friend. They not just is a co-opted Anambra man, Prof. Sosito Obu. Prof, on but no, Anambra is Anambra and our co-opted members. Some of us who grew up in the old East Central state. I know this is Anambra, Ebonyi, and so on and so forth. You can get confusing sometimes. Kambido uzo okwu ibu ana etozi ka m to make chi ejigo ayama ejido nnu chi efo na Lagos oge anyị mee nke Lagos. It was quite a very long one. I nọgidere ebe a na-akụ almost midnight. I wee banyezie ime mkpu ka o nwere some select group ga-abịakwa na anyị nọdịkwa ebe a nọdị na-akụ almost 3 a.m. Mana anyị ga-ebie ịchafụ nke izizi nchọrọ ikwu bụ ike na ụnụ niile. Nke a bụ ugboro ịbụọ anyị na-enwe ụdị mgbakọ a, mana ọ bụrụ na ụdị a na Abuja. Nke izizi anyị melie bụ last year, oge anyị nwee Security Trust Fund meeting for fundraising. Oge anyị bịa ewelu m ohere a wee kene unu niile ndị Anambra. Now we apply for this job. I beg to apply. Unu nwa mee anyị interview and graciously employed me and my deputy to be the chief servant. We say anytime I meet kwa ngana ekenekwa n'unu for employing us. Thank you very much. Nke ịbụa bụ ike n'unu for coming. This kind of event I gonna eme periodically. I know I meet kwa kedu ndị na-akụ ife a ka akwụsịfa kama gbafa afọta ya jafe ego. Other people, the amount of time fakụrụ ka a ga-eji wee ego ga-eji wee pụta. Anyị na-ana ọ bụrụgodo 1 minute ka fakụrụ anyị enyefe ego afa ga-adata ka fakwa anyị kwuo n'ife anyị bịara. So, this kind of meeting, I mere na Lagos. When I met a town hall meeting. I went the first year anniversary of Ramadan Changwali, and the purpose the two. Nkembo Bonaga Ane Iliana Megane and then after. I know it well I know I'm not get the Ajuano Kedoka is me. Kowakwano nekwetu aisi aga. Well, whatever feedback from you. That's number one, purpose. Number two, boy juwe loten de bay no bialije wona. No na got even nebu. Ijuwe loten de bay no bialije wegene. Maka na ọsọ ndị be anyị ọfụ ndị ọbụla nọ na Nigeria. Ekwete m na Nigeria, ekwete m na the future ndị Igbo, future ndị Ifa, we are stronger, we are better in a united Nigeria. Ekwenye m na ya, inekwu anya mana isi mo mana ife yi eagle ife dị na the Nigeria's coat of arms. I can write a whole lot about the eagle personality and all of that. But the eagle was symbol if a coat of arms. So in Nigeria, you never. Oh, eagle there bad, and I remember. When you now one Nigeria, when you're in Nigeria, diva, come on, Siana, my Megane. Yes, also on the by when you're na Laute. N'ebe ọbụla bụ ebe ị nọ na mana alawotu akwe alawotu ọnsọ ndị be anyị kwenyere na ya mana anyị na-achọ ịkọwalụ ndị be anyị na-elote ndị be anyị na ọ bịala ije nwụna maka na ndị bi na befa will never, your host will never respect you ma ọ bụrụ na ị nwere a livable and prosperous homeland. Ona anya na onwere ebe esi ịkpasu oyi iwe ọsị gị na abeghị maka na ọ ma na onwere ebe ị ga-ana. Ụna na arụgị ife na-ekwu. So n'ọnya ka o ji adị mma anyị nọgide anọkwa etu a wee lotekwalụ ndị be anyị na o nwere ebe anyị si. Not just na ọ bịala ije nwụna, ị nwere ike draw a parallel between ndị be anyị na the Jews. Or why they claim to be the African Jews? Oh yeah. Good. When Binia called Jolomwea, Ubolo neki ifege meono, unewe malife. Ofu kesia ofu ubolo. Kozo sea iboleboa, kozo si uboleto. Oseva na fadalia. Keduzi. Owe seva unu ekwedena ka o mee unu atọ si na nke melụ ndị ọzọ wee mụrụ akọ. Mana anyị nwa bụ ndị Igbo bụ ndị nke ọ na-abụ o mee izizi anyị na mụtara anything. After the Holocaust, oge asọfa the Holocaust, the persecution of the Jews, actually to clear them from the face of the earth. After that, Fam make a decision to build a prosperous land of Israel that will be as prosperous as anywhere else in the world. Ogabo any Jew actually also anywhere. Ibaso iwe ebe obuna. Like Nnamdi Azikiwe said then, Asana baso iwe Anambra. Bo na baso iwe mengene Anambra. Ndị ọchacha na Anambra bụ ezigbote oyibo fa mara na Igbo ka ọsọ. Na baso iwe ya megene ya na-abịa. Ndị Jew melie wee turn a semi-desert to become one of the most prosperous spots of anywhere else in the world today. O take determination, o take resolve, o take homeland consciousness that a people decide to take their destiny in their hands. We decide there, no of one Tony Moye, one super, Carafia, Ozemena. Also, no, your chassis, shut up on Mobia Mono. On your joy, a woman, a London, Bassionade. I join a man and they are the no to a nature. What? Okay, no, your chassis, shut up, Yamoviamo. So, part of Ivaji Biata Atabo in the bay. Like when Piniaku Bolone, Koge, Mai, or Melon the Jew once for decide there to build their home. Any Jew were anywhere in the world, on Israel, on Abia. When I joined the bay, Ubokedumwe, the bay gay kuni, Walose, Apaswagi, where in Hambem. Man, he gave you no begano, called the Caribbean. Like a guagolo, on your chassis, a shut up, ya movie, ya Moya, London or Boston. Yes, in a to Nigeria day. I want to suggest, and I want to say it very funny. I'm not coming in there, ethical sleep and I'm a say and buy no more. When I say my name, you're Ivan, I'll give him if I won't cut Gaifa won't cut him. Actually, me queer Chuku, none anywhere. I'm very spiritual about this. I'll tell you why, part of my motivation for applying for this job. Na Chuku none anywhere. Ever mistake. Ima in the Igbo. Or mere mistake. Ima in the Anambra. Ochecha ebeni ine. Omera ayonye Tanzania. Omera ayonye Jamaica. Omera Britain, British or American or this or that. Ofule ebeni na. We decide of all places in the world. No eba Egabia. More take it seriously. Now the purpose of no bossy bazo. Now each of us, ajuju, I got do each of us. But Kedivi Melo to leave that place better than you met it. With Ngozi with even in age where Gozi with even in a man. America is about Buffalo, otherwise, okay, men go in Abuja. Okay, me give you gwari. Bo. Mano mero onye gwari o me ni onye benin. E Buffalo so Buffalo eba. Ba me say ba no, eba o my in a bear. Oh, Maki, where are be? Oh, you were be, man, as open mother. No, I got even there. So, no, so we I be a tata. Bonkezi. And we go a little documentary, Melaba. Oh, Zusiro. I'll call to Bavia, short. Why the whole lot? I will make even a memo guy where plans, more even not in the pipeline, or the quite massive, quite a whole lot. A change goally from Oge Melodies presentation in the March. Well, data. Quite a whole lot of the big ticket things I know if I work on are not captured here. Man, I get more hell. But the central message, and I change Ikunu Bona, and I will come to that, summarize it in a moment. And that is a beka I know. Kedroba I neje. Una tunyalo, ndingwe questions, ndingwe lajujo, ndingwe suggestions. Or the kunka for geke forms. Well, Ekedia. We're giving out there. So, all your questions, where suggestions, or game, and so on. Or that way. But if I be a central message, like I said, obviously, Jamuna. And no, you will leave for guy, memu, on your own will leave for Gallo to make Anambra livable and prosperous. Our mission, Bona, they are clear, they clear matter. I bond the Anambra, and I will even no get where Ijima Anambra or below the number one destination rather than being a departure lounge. Now the message I draw is pass on, and now everybody know about. Man, they are not about. Only Obuna will leave for game. Our liaison offices na Lagos and Abuja here. We'll be reworking them. I'm well liaison office, then Asokoro. I'm supposed to be residents, rentably out. But I'm afraid those here, I got both a liaison office and residents. More again, out there for a functional office that once in a while, more gabia, I open there. When literally for governor, when literally either 1 or 2 days, a very office in Odeba, when literally for a Biafra was here. We're going to do it. The same thing in Lagos. I know that from time to time, we open there 2 days, nothing about Chief Onsa of the office. It's all from Ebia, I have. The same thing, because the way I get you women we about strategic partnerships. Strategic partnerships. And I am glad na oge chairman chairman of this event, Oni Bonina, about strategic partnerships. January last year, and when I think dinner with all the members of the National Assembly. You were there. And my distinguished Senator Young was also there. We had dinner in my house here in Abuja. And also, Gaina Akwado, that another will come. I'm proposing that another one, that we should be having similar meetings literally, at least maybe every quarter or minimum 3 times in a year. And especially as in preparation for the national budget. Because, and I'm repeating what I said to the National Assembly the day we met. If I'm in charge, if I will take 2 hands to clap. And now we have only 1 ball in the field. And I also said it to the parties, but I will inaugurate the State House of Assembly. Political party, the irrelevant. Election. After the election, we all have one project, Project Anambra. and there is only one ball in the field. And the goal of everybody was to score the goal. And now for me, able member National Assembly, there is only one question. There is only one question. And that is, the federal government were 10 trillion or 15 trillion or 20 trillion or whatever trillion. Trillion, trillion. If ever your own concern out of those trillions, how much of those trillions that is it. That's part of the strategic partnership. And I want to assure you, members of the National Assembly, I'm very glad the senators and the members of the House of Reps. Let's work together because we have only one agenda. Abuja. I see now Kabwa ball. Abuja. I only a Jego leba. Onwen Kenya leba. Unebuli megane. Unataka. I'm glad you mentioned about motions on passe about the highways. A pass motion demma. Erase demma at least and the by a man on raise emotion. But it takes a lot more than moving a motion to get something to happen. And we are going to work towards that. I want to know why Enugu Onisha Owerri Road. We have a project ongoing there already as we speak. The Otuacha whatever road thing that has almost cut off that axis. We just awarded a contract on that 2 days ago as well. Then the 3-3 area in Afehu, that's also in the pipeline. I just told them there, the National Economic Council. I was there all through today. I know council meeting. And I did make it public. We're spending close to 20 billion on federal roads in Anambra. And that shouldn't be. We've got to change the narrative. We'll have to change the way that it works. And I think working with the members of the National Assembly, and especially during the budget process, Makobo no Oderea, the federal government, the Minister of War, Fabiago inspection of those roads. I am Bogofa, Bajalopia, Biacosia, and Asaka. Because it's not appropriated. The whole budget of FEMA for this year is about 18 billion for the entire country. So you can speak from here to Jericho. Meanwhile, every day, the mother just a photo. Oh, yeah, onye keke na agba n'ụzọ ma nke federal na state. Informal Soludo n'ụzọ ajọ ya. Well, I no. Because not na Anambra, on cable federal, on cable state. So there is quite a lot of work that we have to do together to get things to work. As for Anambra, I will not go too far. Agwamono, our commitment to Ifa Anambra, for me, it's a spiritual quest. Abayaligum around. God has also blessed me. Okay, na Abuja eba, eso kumwelo nwakum, eba, I think it's but eba, Ifa ina when eba. For me, even in Abuja, Anaba very not in the bar again. Anaba Mako Bosso said yellow. The way top of the Anaba yellow. On where on Carlo, or where on Kenwello, Gigi Julaka Yeboa, now brought back home. And I will address 1 or 2, 3 things. I settle out in terms of making this state the most livable and prosperous state. Yeah. The final Equobo Kedetu Sima Anambra cover the destination rather than a departure lounge. So far, onye batego, onye nwetifa, Obako, Jebe Lagos, or Jebe Abuja, or Jebe Obodo Oyibo. But how do we change that narrative? For me and the government, Unu Hayala in Anambra, we are determined to change that narrative. And we are putting in everything that we can, working 24 hours every day to change that narrative. And I want to assure you, over the next 2 years plus, Makatenyo, if Unu Hayala in Olwa, 2 years plus now, about 30 months, from 30 months ever. Okazu 33. Okay, 30 come for the labor. But over those 30 months, I will assure you, by our commitment and the program IG, and if I allow every day, 24/7, by that 30th month, was this contract I sign now. I got for teacher, I am no choice. We have no excuses. Yes, our chairman mentioned it. Ogai Bata, Onweko Bodode. 9 of the local governments were under siege, literally completely taken over by the criminals, including my own. Ogai in a campaign, most of us could not campaign freely in the southern zone. Now my own local government was I make campaign, there were more policemen at the venue than on the Bia for rally. Ihiala, a Jerodi Ejecha, Bosia Bia, was everywhere. The same thing, all the local governments in the south, plus Obaru, were completely taken over by these hoodlums. But steadily, as day follows night, their gang masters, their leaders, and Odumo, Mokito, Udele, Moseri, and so on and so forth, they are gone, and they are gone for good. They will not be able to have that kind of stronghold again anywhere in Anambra. If I can if I know some kind of I not get a one robe if I see for forever, but also. But although that form of organized form, Fenwar has the capacity to do that. I can assure you of that. Don't forget one of the candidates in the first election, the candidate of Labour Party, was kidnapped while he was campaigning. And he has not returned. He was a candidate. We were all candidates campaigning. And he was on a campaign trip. And he was taken. And nobody saw him again. We've been on the trail for that since I assumed office. But I can tell you, one thing we now know, Anambra, and those criminals know it. No, yeah, that's easy. But no, get it messily afterwards. Farmer gonna be an Anambra mayor, Imessiah, Inana, Silika. I am what organizu, I am what I know. That is it. When Odumo that was terrorizing Imo, the whole of Olu zone, and so on. The day of Battle Anambra, with his whole team, with rocket launchers, with AK-40, the Bukolo FIFA. But so Batala Anambra, or the Anambra Vigilante Strike Force that brought him and his team down, and so on. So, but we are going to the next level now. Most communities, their vigilante teams were totally compromised and taken over by these guys. And so, we couldn't operate with those ones because we didn't trust them. So I beat with the state strike force. Now that we can trust that team now, and those people, man. Farmer, Nandia, Bonde Maife Famama, or Makalia Ife Famama. Now, with that group gone, we're going to the local government, and we're the next phase I get out to drill down to the communities, community vigilantes, and we're going to be strengthening this in the coming weeks and months. We are determined, the moment we put this in place over the coming weeks, we're going to focus very aggressively on opening up Anambra and ending the sit at home once and for all. We're going to end it. We're going to end it. Because what had happened, at the Sana Chuefi, this is Satona Chondena Chuefi. But now, I think the reverse is becoming the case. On our infrastructure and economic transformation, quite a bit of it has been laid out here. It's a huge agenda. Anambra road crisis, infrastructure crisis, and we promised in the Anambra that we are going to declare a state of emergency on roads. And yes, that we have declared. And then 301 kilometers, that didn't include the contracts that we just awarded recently. And we are still coming, and we are still coming, and we are still coming. They promised 100 kilometers extra. We're going to be doing much, much more than that. And because our target is to be able to hit at least 500 or so kilometers of road. And we've declared this and moving very massively in all the local governments of Anambra State simultaneously, and delivering quality roads. At least on one, a gossy guy, not the possible quality. Now the benchmark a quality road na Anambra. And can get cat there. Manonwa, if I now look at that, Bonkega and Okalin can get. But I know only Biafra and the Anankalo. Mutaifa na Kendi Maleme. I am Mutago from Unkia, not just the guy long Meganing, Kega top Nankia. But thank you very much for laying that foundation. Macon when they are now 2 years or wash her off. We've declared that emergency, but in all the other sectors, be it agriculture, be it in industrialization, you've seen something on your tables. Only if one of pharmaceutical industrial park. The drug market that will be the largest in West Africa, or is it in Africa? The pharmaceutical park that will be in Oboji. And we have acquired hectares of land, thousands of hectares of land. Ebagalo, the next industrial cities. 2 main cities, or 3 of them, will be emerging very soon. 3. That is about 3.5 hectares or 3,500 hectares of one zone of Weber. Okay? Okay, 3,500 that is going to what is called the new Oka. And then we're targeting about 7,000 hectares for the industrial city, but already 3,500 in the bank. We've already acquired 106 hectares of land, what I call the UU cities, the Upo Ukulu axis, where each of them has given us 53 hectares of land. That's where we're going to be having the export processing zone, the export emporium, and with an agenda to have the Africa's largest shopping mall. Yes. That will be in that axis, as it were. And then the New Oka and the Ifedabian. Oka will be a destination. Oka will be a true capital. Oka was just a glorified village. And I bid by signaling that for the first time in 32 years of the creation of Anambra State, that there will be a governor's lodge and a government house in Oka. And by early next year, probably before March next year, we'll be able to move into the new governor's lodge and the new government house. We're going in all facets, but I will tell you something very important, because many of us here, Anna say, not uno. Hey, actually, may invest. May invest. We're taking 2-3 steps. First, we're acquiring the lands and putting them in our land bank. So if you and we plan it all out. Estates. So far, we just signed up. How many persons have we? How many estate developers have we signed? 7. 7. We have signed on 7 estate developers, new estate developers, and work is ongoing. Anambra Gadiche. And what I'm trying to say to you, Makande Nacho, to make investment, when we acquire these lands, Ijelobia, I am along once you were proof for funds. Because some Nabia so actually long guy, it's a 100 hectares. If I actually 1 year and yes, you of well, Jide. Nature below a governor car or 111. I also need to when did I make and no, not the game. If I were the game, so I'm working on my if I open also if I not trying, I'll make it 50 hectares. A modern land the Anambra's own platinum, or brought the diamond, no platinum, the land, Anambra. Because I'm where Pempe. Our land area they encumbered by flooding and by erosion. I'm second smallest landmass after Lagos. But Lagos is expanding by reclaiming the lagoons and the Atlantic. Anambra is shrinking because of gully erosion and flooding. So the little forno, Ijelobia, Abaya, is ready to invest. We'll give you. Manobo na nyege je hog die jide. I ga na lokwa ya. Ni onye be ready. Bo. And even nebu. Yes. I get well lokwa ni onye be ready to develop. Come when they no specialize in na work oje me fence rapia. They check out me appreciate. Mba. That era is gone. Anambra, this is the time to come in. Your future, yesterday and today, but here and elsewhere, Bonna. Tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, and the future belongs down there. And I will tell you this, the next axis of prosperity that will be sustainable over the long term. Wumbadabaya. The next axis of prosperity in Lagos, Etwade. I'm wonderful about cities that will submerge or something under. Wonderful, the analysis of the cities of the world and the Befanaga. And so on. With the second Niger bridge completed, and with the future, it's near the rail lines. And I want to pray and hope that the governors, Ainwe at the southeast, there is quite an upbeat. I'm quite upbeat about tomorrow of the southeast, with the crop of governors, Ainwe Kita, that if we collaborate together and coordinate together, the southeast will sing a new song. Southeast will sing this song. There will be a stampede. And I want to say this. I now say to invest in the Southeast. It's not what I need a favor. If you may invest, they may invest for me. You're not doing me a favor. Investing there is in your own best interest. Over the next 2 decades, 3 decades, 4 decades, being there, today, what is called the first mover advantages. Letter, Gana Abiazi, na bagay with the Nodugo, or they can Bella Abuja is. Bo, Bella Abuja, Jagolosia, and Meberian Manam, Maitama, Sokoro, Ma Wuse Tum, Wefabo Sofia. Then Abiazi Tata, and then I said about Ofiamba, when Abiazi 20 years later, one of my men. Etu akoge sede na buying. Etu akoge si men buying. And so when I say it, I'm saying, come. Kai dozi ebe Chineke nyelai. Nange banka ko nyelai anadenso. Kai dozi kandi ozo megene biaba na buying. In your own best interest. What are you in the manual? Mungwe bunyego bao. Apa Anambra? Bunyegom. Igatago? Alolome bemne nugu as onyi Igbo. What onyi Igbo? Alom bem in the 90s. Nenugu. Never can get be and retire die. And I built it as such. Enugu had remained my first primary residence in Nigeria. I must say, proudly can say, no more the first Onyibo, who held such a high-profile office as being governor of Central Bank, finished here, Abuja eba, guest house. But I got it Laro eba. So that not a gaga. In Apo, and I do well even cheerful. But na Anambra, Anagum, and I mean Analuno, so Analugum, and I finish there. Agama Wagonia, Galosea governor. Maybe Monoma, Monazim, a Bumos or Mamuya Buyozo, a 12 Bugamos or law governor, maybe a Bulumos or Webolia, but Anlosea governor, maybe na Anambra. Maybe in Anambra. Because that is the place to be. That is the place to be. And I'm afraid does your car, and even now lawyer, final no, final lawyer Bible, and my lawyer with a few, no back and be. Yes. So we have self-interest for it to be what it should be. And that is the zeal I dwell in here. If empowerment and so on and so forth, I could take you through a whole lot of things we're doing. But just recently, about 2-3 weeks ago, we finished distributing 670,000 seedlings, coconut and palm. And you know the economics of that. We're distributing this to about 140,000 households. And the agenda, Bona, my commissioner for agriculture, Foster, is a medical doctor turned farmer. Yes. It's a medical doctor, but who has taken on the agriculture as his occupation. He's our commissioner. He has been our teacher. He's taught us the economics of this palm and coconut. That a poor household, the 5 of them, I for this year. In the next 4 years, when it starts fruiting and as it's going on, we'll be making a minimum of what?
1.2 million.
About a minimum of 1.2 million at current prices, at the prices today. God knows what the prices and so on will be there. A poor household after 20,000, after 10,000 today, will earning an average of 100,000 naira a month or so. Next year, we are going to replicate and give to each one of those people another 5 to make it 10. And that will remove this 140,000 households from poverty for life. That's the kind of empowerment we are doing for the poorest of the poor. I'm going to give a 5 kg bag of rice. And my brother, the governor of Abuja, has just come. Because Uguero. No. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you. Anambra bueno. Anambra muano. Igbo kwezueno. Kedunde nonka. Unu ga-eche somewhere by the side because you are blocking others. Either you come forward in front here so you don't block. Don't bother. If you came with Uguero, he is safe here. I'm his bodyguard here. Uguero, you're welcome. I came to Soludo a moment ago. I see the National Economic Council meeting. When I go about this town hall meeting, Wesem sent earlier the address that he might stop by in the course of this event. And I want to thank you immensely, Uguero. A moment ago, I'm about the future of the Southeast. Okay? That with the crop of governors at the Southeast, if we collaborate together and work together in a farm that I believe that we ought to and that we must, that will change the story, the narrative of the Southeast. So we from Kuleba a moment ago. Ugumba, you're welcome. Uguero. Mgbe Emily elect, declare any winner man at Chineke is an Igbo man. Yes. Don't have a negative Abia, Namajo or getting them. Yes. Okay, I remind him no guy my transition committee. Transition committee. He actually chaired, I think, the economic section of the transition committee. Thank you very much, Uguero. And with you and Abia, I think, like I said, we're convinced that Chineke Bukwana an Igbo man. It signals Noge Lugo. We can't continue with, this wandering in the wilderness. It is now time to look to the east. The sun rises from the east. Well, but obviously, Odeka when Kemen, but so if I go and I want to end it this way, I am a budget to question and answer session. We are now acquiring. We've got the data, the land banks acquiring lands for various developments. We are now assuming not there. Also, the reforms are at the land registry, but such that you can now perfect your mortgages, transfer titles within
7 days, but target is 3 days.
Okay. Our target currently He change C of O, me menka, he change the title and so on. Used to take like months, 6 months, 1 year, whatever. It's now down to 7 days, and our target is 72 hours. Our target is 72 hours. We're now implementing the GIS, they are computerizing the land registry, and soon you will be anywhere in the world and will be able to access and verify and so on. Emma, because land is Anambra's own platinum. Land grabbing for a big business. But, man, I'll get there. People that 3-4 persons actually one title, not by now, no, it will end. On our governance, the environment, I don't want to dwell much on governance and the others, but on environment, if I can actually end. A reminder in the Anambra that our #1 existential threat with the environment, flooding and erosion. We now have a draft bill I sent to the House of Assembly to rescue our environment. Only ọbụna nwere ife ọ ga-eme. Afụgo m Dr. Harry ebe a. Anyị nọ na befa na ebe na-atọ. Ka a nọgidere ebe a sị na gully erosion na-ekpochakọrọ ebe na-atọ. Ụzọ kewalụ ebe na-atọ na Ọsụmenyi. O so n'ife m gosiri ebe a. Yes, many communities are sliding. Oko, Nanka, Obu, Amuabala, Ekulobia. Well, erosion everywhere. Now, Oba Kugobon. But, Ike, Oba Tagabon. Well, Yapoli Lona Gafe. So, we're not taking this very lightly. It's a long-term agenda. We are spending huge resources in channel water, just channeling water. Because over many decades, Anambra, Ilo na drainage, but the back on terminate. Have you asked yourself that question? Every road went drainage, left and right. But there's a determination point. The back a million aga. A back on aga. So now we are spending a lot of resources rechanneling waterways down. And that brings me to a major thing on our environment. Waste management and people filling up the drainages with waste. FBNINGLA, we are spending huge resources, especially on this area now, desilting all the drainage ways. They open the waterways. But you know what we discovered? Most of our people for impunity. And then the organ